Alright boys, welcome back to one last BBL video. I'm gonna be honest, I've recorded this like 3 times and I am really bad about this. I'm a perfectionist, and if something is not exactly as I envision, I cut it completely, I start over, I try again. Like, I get very frustrated. And I keep doing that with this video because, for complete transparency, this is going to be the last video on the channel for at least a little bit. So this is going to be the video that people see whenever they wonder what I'm doing. So in my mind, this has to be literally perfect, when in reality, it probably doesn't matter. So this is going to be the last take. Doesn't matter to you guys. I'm going a little bit crazy over here though. Welcome to the BBL retrospective, and more so a life update and a channel update of what's gonna happen in the future. If you're not here for that, you don't care about me or this channel on an individual level, that is fine. Don't watch the video, you don't have to, man. But if you do care about what's gonna happen with videos on this channel, this is your explanation. So first and foremost, I want to apologize. This video was supposed to go up last week, but I came down with the flu. I couldn't get out of bed. It just wasn't happening, man. And honestly, I've been pushing it off, not only because of that perfectionist reason that I mentioned earlier. I've really just kind of wanted it to be like this perfect video that people could come to and watch. And I don't know, it's always going to be worse than that, worse than what I have in my mind. So I've been pushing it off for that. But also, I don't really want to talk about my 5th finals loss in a row, man. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow. And we'll talk about other things here too. We are going to start with the BBL retrospective, since that's what most people are probably here for. Then we're going to talk more about like a life update, what's going on with me, what's going on with the channel, and stuff like that. So if you care about that stuff, be sure to watch the whole video. Let's start with the BBL season. So moving into the season, I'll be honest with you guys, I don't like Ubers. I had low expectations on my enjoyment for the season. I was pleasantly surprised, actually. I enjoyed it probably because of winning, because usually winning directly correlates to my enjoyment of something. And Ubers definitely has its flaws, but it was a nice change of pace. I think my biggest gripe of the format is that it's very overwhelming. I've talked about this before on stream, other videos I think as well. There are multiple viable sets for every single Pokemon on every single team, and it gets very overwhelming to prep for, and you tunnel in on one thing and then you lose to something completely different. I feel like it's much more extreme in this format than standard, or in basically any other format, because of how powerful the top end threats are and how versatile most of them can be. Most of them can be physical, special, setup, breakers, in the sense that like they have 170 attack, you slap on a choice band and then you just sack a Pokemon. Like, it's very overwhelming in that sense, where those Pokemon can just change the game entirely if you don't prep for the correct set. And it got to a point to where it was very frustrating to prep for that each and every week. But at the same time, it was probably frustrating for people to prep for Kyurem Black and Ho-Oh at the same time. So I don't know, man. There's pros and cons. Coming from strictly a prep perspective, it did get pretty frustrating towards the end though. Ultimately though, it was a really fun season. I'm really happy I got to use my favorite Pokemon of all time. Even if he did let us down in the end, man, it was still fun to use him. And I do want to mention as well, our kill distribution on our team was absurd. It was like every single kill minus like 3 or 4 kills were in our top 4 Pokemon, which makes sense. Those Pokemon came every single week and they're very powerful and overwhelming, but I didn't expect them to soak up literally all of the kills. And Boulder ended second in the kill leaders, I think. I think first after playoffs, if you count that. I don't know, man. It was fun to use Boulder again. Overall, I was really happy with my prep and my play this season. I think a lot of my most dominant wins came from this season. And I think a lot of that had to do with I actually put forth a lot more effort into these teams than I did previous teams. In previous seasons, I would just build a team and in theory it would work. I wouldn't mock, I would just go with it. This season I did several mocks every single week. Thank you again to Wagon for helping me the entire season, man. He didn't have to do that, and it really made my teams overall, the quality of my teams, a lot better. But overall, we had some really dominant wins. The first couple that come to mind are D-Ray and Owen in the regular season. I think those are 2 of the most dominant wins I probably ever had. And we also had some pretty brutal losses, but they were usually close. Against Joey, it was close. Against Dell, I don't think I played great, but we still should have won. If I remember correctly, we missed a scale shot. It is what it is. And ultimately, we ended the season 6-3, which is my goal when playing Pokemon, is to have double the wins I do losses. So that was exactly what I was going for, actually. And then we had a good playoff run. We played Obo, we talked mess to Zooch, we beat Shuckle King pretty dominantly, and then of course finals, which again, I'm not taking anything away from Owen. He obviously put forth a lot of effort into that team, and it was a very good team, and he played well. I still should have won though. And I'm very frustrated still that 63% of the time, or 62.5, I won that game, and we live in the timeline where I didn't win that game, and that's very frustrating to me. I don't think it's tough too, because I think Owen did play better than me that game, but I still made that double dragon dance play. I still took advantage of a situation that I could take advantage of and played myself back into it. And whatever you say about it, you have to expect 2 hits when you're hitting this, it's the same chance as the 3 hits. Like, I still think that, like, just statistically, I should have won that game, and it's very frustrating that I didn't. And it's Pokemon, man, it is what it is. It's just frustrating that that happens on the biggest stage, right? Especially when it's my favorite Pokemon that happens with. Again, I'm not taking anything away from Owen. Congratulations to him, man. I'm pissed. I'm still pissed. And I think one of the reasons that I'm the most upset is because this is my 5th finals loss in a row. This is the one that I probably played the best in. And I felt like I deserved it, man. And I felt like I was finally going to get my win. I was so ready for the pop-off. And then we got 2. And that was, dude, that was such a heartbreaking message to see on my screen. I don't feel like I have a whole lot else to say about the BBL season. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know down below. But this is where the BBL portion of the video is going to end. If that's all you cared about, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sticking around for the BBL season. Unfortunately, we did not win, but we made a really good run and had a fun time doing it. Thank you guys for all the support during the season. The support really does mean the world. With that being said, me losing 5 finals in a row really ties into my next point. I'm going to be taking a break from YouTube for an undetermined amount of time right now. And it's not in the sense that, like, I'm completely quitting. There's not going to be any videos on the channel. It's going to be very, very casual. I might pop in for a stream here once a month, or I might throw up a video about this new format we've been doing in FE that I'll talk about in a little bit on the channel. But for leagues, as far as leagues go, it's going to be a couple months at least before there's another video on this channel. And there's going to be a lot of factors that play into this, but the one that hits the nail on the head with me losing the 5 finals in a row is that I really put a lot of my self-worth on how I do in a children's video game. I'm a very competitive person, and I take things to heart very easily, in the sense that, like, if I lose something, I'm a very bad loser. I'm not bad in the sense that I'm mean to others. I'm bad in the sense that I'm mean to myself. Because like I said earlier, I'm a perfectionist, and anything short of perfection is failure. And I have failed 5 times in a row. I don't want to delve super deep into this. I don't want to get super personal, but this is definitely something that I've struggled with for a while, where it falls short of perfection. And it's like, yeah, I did awesome. Making 5 finals in a row, or not in a row, but making 5 finals, making more finals than times I've missed playoffs, making, I think, the most finals of any Wi-Fi player in the generation. That's awesome. I've gotten 2nd place 5 times in a row, and that should be something I'm proud of. I'm not at all. I'm not proud of it because I failed. I didn't go all the way, right? And that's something that has been a problem with me my entire life, is I really struggle with failure. I don't cope with failure very well. Because as much as I don't like to admit it, I do value what other people think of me. I'm a YouTuber, man. I mean, I value what other people think of me. Bigger number, better person, right? And I hate that I think that way, but YouTube has been this problem in pushing that into me for however long I've been doing YouTube. Bigger number, better person. I care that what you think, because it helps push this hobby that I love. And that's not good. Like, I shouldn't think like that. I'm playing a children's game. I should be, first of all, I shouldn't care about that at all, but I should be proud of myself for getting 5 finals. Like, that's awesome. In this generation, that's sick, man. But it's not good enough. And I know I'm talking in circles at this point. I'm trying to see how I really want to drive the point home. Ultimately, YouTube is a big problem for my mental health. There's a lot of things that I don't like about my mental health, and being a perfectionist is one of those things, and caring about what people think is one of those things. Those are 2 of the biggest things with my mental health. And YouTube directly negatively impacts both of those things. So that being said, I'm not quitting forever, but that is a big reason that I need a break. On top of that, YouTube also takes away, obviously, a lot of time, because I put a lot of time into it from other things, whether it be friends or family, other hobbies that I enjoy. I love YouTube, man. This is like my favorite hobby, but the time that I put into it for the reward that I get out of it, it's not really worth it. And that is primarily because I want YouTube to be my job. I'll be the first to tell you that I've always wanted YouTube to be my job, but I'm not there. And I keep doing all of these things. I keep overcommitting because I want to get there, and I have great growth. I've had awesome growth over the last 2 years, but I'm not there yet. And as a 23-year-old man, I'm starting to accept that I'm never going to get there, sad as it is. And while YouTube is my dream job, it has been forever, man, I'm not going to get there. That's how it is. There's this core memory that I have of me and Obo sitting down whenever we first started Draft League, and we were watching, I don't even remember who, but there was somebody that had 1.3 thousand subs, something around there, and they quit YouTube. They quit Pokemon. And I remember looking at Obo and being like, man, if I ever had that many subs, I would never quit. I get it now, man. It'd be different if I didn't have any other responsibilities, but I have a child, I have a 9-to-5 job, and unfortunately, I can't put as much time into this hobby that brings me joy as I would like, because YouTube is sick, man. Like, I love doing it. It's been my favorite hobby forever, and I want to put in more time, and there's been moments where I put in more time and then I fail to reach my expectations, and then I fall out of it, because at the end of the day, YouTube isn't paying the bills, man, and I have to focus on my job and my family first. And YouTube's cool. It's been like a cool extra house payment a year. It's been awesome since I've started making money off of it. For the amount of time that I put in, it's not worth it. And whenever I do those stints, those periods where like I'm uploading every single day and the videos do good at first and then they start falling and falling and falling, I get really burnt out, and then I stop. I don't do anything except those leagues, and those leagues start doing really well, and I'm in this cycle where I'm kind of stuck to Draft League. I can't really deviate from that because that's not what you guys want to see, and that's understandable. But with that in mind, there's like a ceiling for Draft League players. In my mind, the ceiling for strictly Draft League players is 10,000 subs, and you can't get much higher than that doing strictly Draft League. And like, that's not a job. And I don't want to sound ungrateful for the subs that I have, the growth that I've had. It's awesome. Like, it really warms my heart seeing how much my channel has quadrupled or quintupled in size over the last 2 years, and that's awesome. I'm very grateful for that, and the friends that I've made, the community that I've made, it's sick. But the time that I put in is not worth it anymore, unfortunately. I would love to wake up tomorrow and Draft League be the most popular thing ever, and me be able to quit my job and me do YouTube for the rest of my life. That's not gonna happen, and I have to accept that at this point. It's a hobby. And I'm definitely not quitting forever. Like I said, I'm still gonna do stuff, and I don't know how many videos I'm gonna do besides Draft League, besides like this is the league that I'm uploading, or how many more upload required leagues I'm gonna do this generation. I mean, there's more reasons we're gonna talk about in a second, but I definitely need to take a step back and reevaluate my priorities, because like I said, how much I prioritize YouTube and how much time I put into it, it doesn't make sense. I'm still playing in JJDL Showdown. I'm still gonna run JJDL. So if you guys want to join the one league that I am doing, you can go down in the description below probably and join the server and check it out. And like I said, there's other reasons that I'm done too. I'm not doing BBR. And this is the first time I haven't done BBR since the beginning of this generation. It's like 5 or 6 seasons at this point. And I know it's really poor timing because Owen runs it and I lost him in finals. I assure you the decision was made before Owen and I even knew we were playing in finals. I mean, past just the YouTube thing, I'm really burnt out on Standard. Standard to me has gotten very stale, very boring. It's the same thing. It's like very centralized on the Terra guys. And it's just not fun right now. Like, I don't think it's a bad format. I've been an advocate of the format prior, but it's just not fun at the moment. I would rather be playing a lot of other different formats currently. And on top of that, I play the same people every league, every damn league. I play Keegan, I play Amo, I play T-Row, and there's some good games in there, but I'm tired of playing the same people over and over, and it's very not fun to me. I want to play different people. And again, this is nothing against BBR. I'm still in the server. I'm still planning on doing a future season for sure. And I'm still friends with the guys in there. It's just I didn't want to do a back-to-back season given how burnt out I am on the format, how burnt out I am on YouTube, and playing all the same people. It didn't make sense to do BBR right now. And I'm seeing people play it right now, and I'm glad I didn't do it, because looking at Standard is just not... I just realized that I should not have done it because I did not want to play it at all. The last thing that I want to talk about, I've been like mulling over a couple of topics. I think this is the last thing I want to talk about. I have been considering completely being done with YouTube for over a year now, mostly because of the things that I mentioned before, like the lack of time. I'm not getting back what I put into it, and that I have other responsibilities. I've been really considering hanging it up completely for like a year now, and for a long time I thought BBL was going to be my last season of Draft League ever. I thought that was going to be it. As soon as BBL was done, I was done. But I really like Draft League way too much to do that, and I really like YouTube way too much. It's stuff that I really enjoy, and I need a break. I do need a break, but I'm not done forever. This is me reassuring you, if you're worried about that, I'm not done forever. And I think one thing too that's really been holding me back from taking a break before is that I always it's hard for me to pass up on it was hard for me to pass up on the opportunity to BBL because Joey was in it, right? And that's obviously good for the channel. And Joey's a good person. I don't want it to sound like I'm just using him, but with a smaller channel, that's a great opportunity that's hard to pass up. From a business perspective, if you can call it that, because I've got 2,000 subs, it's a good opportunity. It's hard to pass up. And the reason I haven't taken a break prior really is because I'm worried that I take this break, I come back, I get 100 views a video, I get a tenth of the views that I got before. But I think why I've gotten to the point that I'm okay with that now, because that is like an unfortunate certainty. If I take this 4-month break or 6-month break, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna get 100 views a video, maybe. You guys are gonna forget about me. And that's okay, because this is a hobby, not a job. And I'm realizing no matter how much I push this, no matter how much I stretch this, unless I get extremely lucky, it's never going to be a job, man. So I think that's the pill that I finally swallowed, and that's why I'm okay with taking this break finally. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say. There's going to be cool things in the future on this channel if you want to stick around. Like I said, I've been burned on standard, and I'm only playing in JJDL, so I made a new format called NFE. I mean, it's not like I created NFEs, but a new draft format. I've never seen this in draft where you only use NFE Pokemon. We balanced it. We did some streams for it. It's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it right now. So there might be some video. There's definitely gonna be some videos at some point on this channel for that. And the next JJDL season, the Wi-Fi division will be NFE. So that will be on the channel as well. Whenever that is, that's probably gonna be a couple months away. It's probably gonna be May, April, May. Probably. I kind of want a bigger break than that, so we'll see though. But yeah, I'm not done. It's just gonna be a little bit of a break. There's gonna be a little bit of a dead period, and if you stick with me in those dead period videos, once a month, maybe videos once every other month, whatever it is, if you stick with me, man, I really do appreciate it. Because at the end of the day, this is something that I enjoy doing. And while I don't have the time to be putting in as much effort as I could be right now, and I probably never will again, I still really enjoy it. I think that's all that I want to say. There's more I want to say, but I think that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to get too personal on this channel. I think I've hit most of the points. If you watched this whole video, thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in some streams or some one-off videos in the next couple months. If you want to keep up with me, man, as a person, go ahead and join the JJDL Discord server. Like I said, I'm still playing there. That's still going to be active. The channel's not dead. The channel's not dead. It's not going to be dead. It's just a little bit of a break. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me in this BBL season, man. It means the world. And if you stick with me in the future, I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. For now, guys, this has been John Jr. signing off.